Yeah, obviously, getting the home stake trophy back in Spearfish is great for our team, great for our university, and great for our community. You look at the history and the tradition, and it just carries so much weight with everything. Not just the trophy itself, but everything. And you know, it was great elation after the game to have those guys celebrate. I think when you look at the game, you know, it was one of those games that was really neat for me to watch, you know, and just see our guys. It was one of those games where as I went through the meetings during the week with our offense, defense, special teams, we were able to just really see everything kind of come into play. And I thought all three phases had a very big part in that game. Kind of you look at the first quarter, you know, and you look at the game in general. We wanted to get out to a quick start. I think the team that gets out in that game to a quick start, you know, definitely holds an upper hand. And, you know, being able to get a quick start in that first quarter and kind of maintain it through the half was big. And then also get a quick start in the second half. But, you know, really when you look at that first quarter, I think we stopped them, then they stopped us, and we ended up, you know, punting, and we ended up flipping the field. We were all the way backed up to our minus 35. We punted, got them pinned deep. Our defense did a great job of kind of keeping them there. All of a sudden, they had to punt into the wind. We got the ball at the plus 40, went down, that was our first score. And I think that just really gave not only our offense some momentum, gave our defense and our special teams some momentum, and then everybody just kept feeding off that. I think as you progress through the game, you know, we started doing some things where we felt like, hey, you feel like you're in control, but in a rival game, you never want to get that feeling. And I think it was just, hey, we talked about it at halftime. You know, we got to keep the foot on the gas, got to keep going. I think some drives we had in the second half were really kind of put the nail in the coffin. You know, where you take an 18-play drive, a 15-play drive, and you work the clock for 7 minutes, for 5 minutes. That's big. You know, and the first one being when we came out the second half. I thought our offensive coaches did a great job of putting together a game plan that second half, kind of showing the guys this is the plays we're going to run, getting them comfortable with them at halftime, and then went out and execute it. And then not only that, you have the defense who not only gets some takeaways, but actually scores on one of them, you know, with the scoop and score by Devin Vance. You know, what a great play. Corby Campbell comes in, knocks it out, and we want to get pressure on them. We thought, you know, if we get pressure, we can do some things, force some turnovers, force some errant throws. And what we ended up doing was, you know, in their passing game, we ended up forcing the fumble, and then we ended up forcing the other fumble in the fourth quarter, where, you know, they were starting to maybe, you know, they were moving the ball at times, but they weren't getting anything off of it. And so to get that last takeaway, and then it stayed in bounds, and then to have Kadeem come up with it, gave our offense, you know, a 7-yard field to have to score. And then offensively, you know, being able to score right away off of those was huge. So, you know, overall, in my estimation, what I told the team the other day is it was the ultimate team win. It was every phase stepping up, doing their job. I'm going to go back to our scout team players during the week. Just gave us a tremendous look of the things that we needed to see to prepare us for that. And like I said in the very beginning, it was one of those games where I loved it because what I saw our guys do in practice, what I saw the game plan the coaches putting in and implementing, I saw that being taken to a tee outside and on Saturday evening. And, you know, the guys just implemented it and played for 4 quarters. That's something we have struggled with is finishing games, starting off great, you know, putting all those facets together for all 4 quarters. And it was just so gratifying for our coaches, for our players to do that and to get, you know, a victory for the home stake, but get a big victory, you know, a very convincing victory against a team that, you know, is obviously a traditional rival. Great to get the home stake trophy in that win. Now, got to put it behind us. You know, we can't live on that. We can ride the momentum, but we can't live on it. So with what we're doing, you know, basically our preparation this week is back to square one. You know, here's the things that Highlands does well. Here's the things that we need to be able to stop offensively, defensively, special teams. You look at them, obviously their record, you know, not very good. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't let that fool you. They are a very dangerous team. They have played very well against some very good teams, and, you know, just come up short, you know, and kind of in the same realm as some games we've come up short. So a team that you cannot take for granted. I mean, their record is not indicative of how good a team they are. And I think they got some very good skill players. They got some very good guys up front on their D-line. And they're an explosive team that when they take care of the football, don't turn the ball over, they can do some nice things. And then they've done some very nice things on defense as far as in the pass game and eliminating people making big plays in that. So, for us, it's once again kind of goes back to us. Can we take care of our business? They're gonna do their scheme. We got to be able to win the turnover battle. We got to be able to take it down there and get a quick start. All the things we talked about, and so that's kind of our focus right now. Getting ready to get on the road here on Thursday, but got to get some guys healed up. Obviously, we had some injuries that we had to overcome on Saturday. Which, another thing, I'm proud of some guys that stepped up, and some of those guys might have to continue to step up as we see if some of our guys are not be able to make the trip down there. But that's part of the game. You feel bad for some of the guys that might be out, but then it's an opportunity for another guy to step up. And we'll see that this week with, like I said, a very good Highlands team, and we'll have our guys on the bus getting down there preparing for what we want to be a victory.